On the school calendar today, Thursday, May the 14th, it should say last chapel for the upper school in the 2019-2020 school year. Today is supposed to be the last chapel of the year. It is much too quiet up here in the balcony where I am this morning to just share a little bit about what has been a remarkable, memorable year, to say the least, a year that has been unlike any other that we have ever experienced. Today is the day that seniors should be completing perhaps their last AP exam, preparing for Honors Day and Baccalaureate, and welcoming family for graduation on Saturday morning. Time of joy and excitement. A bittersweet time, perhaps, for some as they think about the road ahead. Our underclassmen are sitting in chapel, fidgeting, ready for summer, knowing that the last day of classes is soon and that exams will be here and be over before they know it. All of that obviously is not occurring now, and instead we're in a quiet, empty chapel thinking about what our memories of this year are and are going to be. What will you remember about this year is an important question. We talk about reflection all the time, and we need to think about framing our memories in the positive, which is not always easy to do. And knowing that, we are the only ones that have responsibility for our memories, and we decide what we remember and what we take with us in every situation. One of the most interesting things that ever happened to Mrs. Bell and I was when we were relatively newly married. We bought our first car together. It was a black Honda Accord. And Miss Bell was an accountant, and she did financial audits for companies around the state of Virginia where we lived. And on one such trip in 1999, she parked that car with the valet at a hotel in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And when she went to get the car the next morning, it was gone. And they didn't know where the car was. We had to report the car stolen. And when you report a car stolen, you have 45 days for the car to be recovered before it is considered lost, and your insurance company steps in and says, you can have this money, just what your car is worth, you can have this money for a new car. At about day 41 of that process, we got a call that our car had been found. It had been found in Indianapolis, Indiana, and it was not in good shape. So we began to think about what the next car would be. The next day, we got another call, again from the Indianapolis and the insurance company. The car is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It was just dirty. In fact, it was fine. It had a spilled Coke in the floor of the passenger seat. And we got the car back and traded it in 7 years later for an awesome little minivan that carted our kids around for a long time. Well, that was one version of the story. It was a negative memory that had a positive ending. So it had a positive memory, but why would somebody steal our car? We would never really know. Why did it go to Indianapolis, and why was it left there in perfectly fine condition? Well, fast forward a few years, and we've moved from Richmond, Virginia to Woodbury Forest, Virginia, and now we live in Alabama. And the phone rings back in the days of the landline, and my wife answers the phone, and it's the Virginia Beach Police Department. And the Virginia Beach Police Department says, is this Andrea Bell? Did you have a car stolen from the Marriott in Virginia Beach in 1999? And she says, well, yes, I did. and they said, well, would you like to press charges? And she was like, excuse me? Well, it turns out that the person who stole the car and drove it to Indianapolis had turned their life around and wanted to make amends for the things that he had done. He wanted to change his memories, and he still had time to do that. And he did. And of course, we did not press charges. The car had been returned. It had been fine, and it had been a decade ago since that event had happened. But he wanted to not have a memory that was disconnected to who he was as a person, and who he was now as a person, and who he was moving forward as a person. And that reminded us, I think it reminds us today, to make sure that we connect our memories and our experiences with our core beliefs. Will we slip up? Will we make mistakes? Absolutely. Hopefully we won't steal a car. Hopefully we won't make mistakes that could be that life-altering. But we'll make mistakes, but we need to remember that we want to frame our memories, we want to frame our experiences around those core beliefs. Lean on your faith. Stand up for justice. Make honorable choices. Understand others and act with care. Do our memories center around those core beliefs? Hopefully your Darlington memories do. Hopefully your memories of this school year will. Hopefully you'll find the positives and take the positives with you, whatever the next step in your journey might be. To the class of 2020, thank you. You matter a great deal to us. We will remember your willingness to compete. We will remember the way you learned and grew together during your time here. We will remember when you took responsibility, not only for yourself, but for others. We will remember your generous spirit. We will remember the way you value relationships and the way you cared about each other in good times and in bad times. Know that we love you, and always remember that you have a special place in this school and in the hearts of everyone here.